So you're not going to be able to see it once I actually start filming, so I'm just going to show you ahead of time and you can just kind of envision it for the rest of the video. But I got a cute seasonal t-shirt, Haunted by my TBR, that absolutely describes my life this month. Hello, welcome to the video. Welcome to my October round of TBR Bakery. I have a lot going on this month. I actually already posted a TBR for a readathon that I'm doing, and so what I'm going to be doing, well, I will link that video up above in case you want to check it out, but what I'm going to be doing for TBR Bakery is I made that TBR first, and I'm going to be trying to fit as many books as possible from that TBR into my TBR Bakery TBR. So if you saw that video, with any luck, hopefully, you'll see a lot of the same books come up. We'll see how it goes. And also, I will include my first roll for Spookopoly-thon at the end of this video as well. So, 2 readathons, my own TBR game, and I have a couple other things going on reading-wise in the month of October. So it's going to be a busy month, but for now, for this video, let's just try to get through TBR Bakery. So, how did I do last month? I have no idea. What did I even read last month? I have no idea. Please hold. Okay, so I don't have a stack of books. I'm just gonna read from my reading journal, which has not been updated all month, but even if it was, I feel like it wouldn't look that different. I was in quite the reading slump in both August and September, which did not bode well for Magical Readathon, which means, sorry, I'm kind of out of breath. I'm trying to do this fast because my husband has stuff to do, and there are certain parts of our house right now that Cooper can't be in unsupervised because we just got our windows done and then he started like painting or like filling holes and stuff around the windows, so Cooper can't be there because he already got some of the stuff on his nose earlier. So I'm trying to hurry. That explanation was unnecessary. But anyway, so I had a Midsummer Night's Dream for a TBR cart book, didn't read that. Godkiller for a fantasy, didn't read that. Falling Kingdoms for Higher or Lower with a D20, I believe, and I did read that. And was that it for TBR Bakery? Did I only have 3 books on TBR Bakery? Well, that's it. I read one of my books from TBR Bakery last month, so let's hope I can do better in October, especially since, like I said, I have a lot of reading-themed things going on. So we'll just see how I do. Okay, so that's the wrap up for September. Short and sweet, and let's just get into the rolls for October. Roll 1 is a 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, starting off strong with a coffee break. Roll 2 is a 1, and it's a donut. Ooh, a free pick. So we are starting off strong. Our first roll got us a coffee break, which is no book. I don't have to pick a book. We are on break. We're ahead in our orders before they even started. Maybe in the lore of TBR Bakery, we just didn't get any orders for the morning. So we had extra time to just do what we wanted in the morning. So we took a coffee break. And then roll 2 got us a donut, and it is free pick. So for this one, I am going to put in something from my Trick or Treat-a-thon TBR, and that is The Cursed by Harper L. Woods. This book is the second book in the Coven of Bones series. The first book is The Coven, and in The Coven you are following Willow. She, for reasons, ends up at a magical school where she has kind of an enemies to lovers thing with the headmaster. I would highly recommend checking out the list of trigger warnings before you read this book. And so, long story short, I feel like, again, I said this in my other video, my Trick or Treat-a-thon TBR, it's not like super great literature or anything. I'm talking about The Coven, but obviously by the fact that I bought both of them, you probably know what I'm gonna say. I absolutely loved this book. I will talk about that more in my September wrap-up, so I don't need to go into it here, but I ended up going out and buying both of them because I loved it so much. It's, like I said, not great literature, and if you apply even like 1 ounce of critical thinking, it probably doesn't really hold up that well. But I've said before, I definitely read more for entertainment than like critical value. So, although it wasn't the best book, if Fourth Wing can be considered a good book, The Coven can be considered a good book. It's about the same. There's nothing, they're not similar at all, but they're about the same level of writing and storytelling. So, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, for my free pick, I will be reading The Cursed by Harper L. Woods. Roll 3 is another one. A cupcake. Random number, pick 10 books, and then I use a random number generator to pick one. Roll 3 got us a cupcake, and it was a random number. So that's, I picked 10 books, put them in a stack, and use a random number generator to choose one. Okay, so here are my 10 books. I have A Happy Place by Emily Henry, The Guest by B.A. Paris, The Just Sad Air by Sarah Hashem, Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, Hold Tight by Harlan Coben, Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, The Best of Friends by Joanna Trollope, 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, Little Earthquakes by Jennifer Weiner, and Morgan's Cross by Nora Roberts. So, let me pull up my random number generator here, and let's see what I get. 9. Don't really need to count, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, the books. They're always getting hurt. I will be reading The Guest by B.A. Paris. And for that, I got The Guest by B.A. Paris. I read The Prisoner by B.A. Paris last year or the year before, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to reading this. This is just something that I picked up from the library. I don't really know anything about it. It says, Iris and Gabriel have just arrived home from a make-or-break holiday, but a shock awaits them. One of their closest friends, Lori, it's like Lori but without an I, so I'm just gonna say Lori, is in their house. The atmosphere quickly becomes tense as she oversteps again and again, sleeping in their bed, wearing Iris's clothes, even rearranging the furniture. Iris and Gabriel's only respite comes in the form of a couple new to town, but with them comes their gardener who has a checkered past. Soon, secrets from all their pasts will unravel, some more dangerous than they could have known. I don't know. Like I said, I just really like the other book I read by B.A. Paris, so I'm excited to read this one. Roll 4 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another coffee break. Roll 5 is a 1. Another cupcake. A non-fiction book. Roll 4 got us another coffee break, so I went right into roll 5, which got us a cupcake, and it was a non-fiction, which I am super excited about because one of my prompts for TBR Bakery was also non-fiction, and for this one I will be reading Start by Jon Acuff. I've never read anything by this author before, but he writes a lot of like motivational self-help, but like just positive feeling. Like this one, I feel like from reading the synopsis is about like you don't have to be perfect to start, like just start imperfect and you'll figure things out as you go, but like you'll definitely get farther if you start than if you just sit around waiting to be perfect, something like that. I don't know. I'm excited to read it, listen to it. I have it on an audiobook from the library, so that is perfect for nonfiction. Roll 6 is a 2. 1, 2, cake slice. Random number physical TBR. Roll 6 got me a cake slice, and it was a random number TBR, physical TBR. So I have my whole physical TBR on a list, and I use a random number generator, and the number that corresponds is the book that I read. And as usual, like with all the little insert clips, I filmed this beforehand, but I'm just gonna show you like my actual like genuine reaction to the book that I got. Okay, so for this, I need a book between 12 and 167 and generate 75. What? Okay, well, nowhere in my life did I think I would be reading that this month. How do these things always come back to bite me? The Iliad? Really? I had like 156 books or something to choose from, and it chose the Iliad. Okay, okay, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And that book was, of course, The Iliad by Homer. So the only good thing about this book is it's less than 300 pages, but the text is also minuscule. I honestly don't know if this is going to get read this month, but it's on the TBR, so roll 7 is the 1, and that's a donut. Ooh, a cozy mystery. That's perfect for October. Roll 7, I got us a donut, and it is Cozy Mystery. And this one is perfect because I can use another Trick or Treat-a-thon book for this one. And for that, it is going to be Lending a Paw by Lori Cass. It is the first book in the Bookmobile Cat Mystery series. It's just a series of cozy mysteries. Obviously, it's book 1, like I said, so I don't really know about this series. I haven't read anything from it yet. But I'm excited because cozy mysteries are my favorite things to read in the kind of like spooky season. I'm not a huge spooky person, so I'm excited. I love me a cozy mystery. Okay, the rolls are getting a little high here, but at least a couple of them were coffee breaks. So this is roll 8. Is a 2. 1, 2, a cupcake. Outside of comfort zone. Roll 8 got a cupcake, and it is out of comfort zone. And listen, I'm already supposedly reading the Iliad this month, so I went a little easy on myself. This is like a little bit of a cheat, but it also is still a long book, so if I do choose, like if I do read this one, you know, it's almost 500 pages. And that is 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult. Yes, this was in the stack for the random number generator prompt. And no, contemporary fiction type stories are not out of my comfort zone. But when I read the synopsis of this, which says that it takes place in an ordinary New Hampshire town, which, you know, I love New England settings if you've ever seen a video from me before. But it says nothing ever happens there until the day its complacency is shattered by an act of violence. It involves the daughter of the judge sitting on the case, a trial, and fault lines beginning to show between the high school and the adult community, destroying friendships and families. I should have just read the synopsis, but this gives me the same feeling as the synopsis of Beartown, and while I have a feeling this is not gonna be the same as Beartown, Beartown was out of my comfort zone when I read it because it didn't necessarily sound like something that I would really love. It was very slow, and like just the way it was written was very kind of meandering, and the story came together in like bits and pieces from the different characters. So Beartown was out of my comfort zone, and this book reminds me, like the synopsis reminds me of Beartown, so that's why I picked this for out of comfort zone. It's a little bit of a cheat, but please give it to me because like I said, I have a lot going on in the month of October. Roll 9. Do I dare say, please, anything but a 2? Of course. Of course, I shouldn't have said it. So how many moves am I going back? 1. Okay, so that's not bad. It landed us on a coffee break. Okay. Roll 10 is a 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's our end spot. And it's a punishment next month if I don't finish my October TBR. Great. Roll 9 got us a fish cupcake, but the best thing possible that could have happened, and we went back to a coffee break. So again, apparently in the lore of TBR Bakery, they realized, or we realized, that whatever that contaminated batch was, we didn't need it anyway. So instead of remaking it, we just went on a coffee break. And then our order was done, we got to our end spot, and I got punishment next month if I don't finish this TBR. So hopefully I will finish this TBR because I do not want to take a punishment. I do not want to have to mess with the mug of chastisement. It's up there somewhere. And yeah, so, and a lot of these books also are from another readathon, so I need to get them read anyway. But all right, so that's it for TBR Bakery. So let me gather my bearings and then we will talk about Spookopoly-thon. I did my roll for Spookopoly-thon earlier, and I'm going to show you the footage so you can see my roll here. All right, and because I'm wholly unprepared for October as a month with 2 readathons and my own TBR game, I have not yet printed the Spookopoly-thon board, so I'm just going to use it on my tablet for now, and then I'll print it later when I have a chance. But I have my 2 dice, and let's just see where we land. Ooh. So we have a 4 and a 1, so that is 5. Oh. So that is 1, 2, oops. Get rid of that. Oh, my dog just threw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a TBR vet. As you may have noticed, I don't know how to count. I was too busy being concerned about Cooper, who literally threw up while I was filming that little clip. So I miscounted. And I said I landed on TBR vet, but I actually landed on pumpkin carving, which is a face on the cover. Cooper's fine, by the way. I don't know what that was. He throws up every now and then. Not enough that it's like concerning, but like every now and then, like something, I don't know if he was like jumping around too much or something. I have no idea, but every now and then he throws up. The vet does not seem to think there's an issue, so he was fine. He was okay. He was right back to himself after that. But of course it happened right during when I was filming that. But he is okay, so you don't have to worry about him. He's fine. But yeah, so pumpkin carving is a book with a face on the cover. And for this one, I'm going to go super easy on myself, and so that I can, you know, get another roll in pretty quickly. And I'm going to choose something that was on my Trick or Treat-a-thon TBR, which is a manga called Imakoi Now I'm in Love, I believe is the subtitle of it. Again, it's just a manga. I believe it's a romance based on the title. And that will be the first book that I'm reading for Spookopoly-thon. Potentially the last ever Bookopoly-thon. Also, sorry, if you don't know what Bookopoly-thon is or Spookopoly-thon, I will link it down below. I'm sure you do. I'm almost positive you do. But it will be linked down below, as well as Trick or Treat-a-thon information will also be linked down below. Everything will be linked down below for you guys. But I am quickly losing any source of light that I had to begin this video. So that's gonna do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this edition of TBR Bakery. Thank you for crossing your fingers and toes and everything for me, because I was able to get a bunch of my Trick or Treat-a-thon books onto this onto this TBR Bakery TBR. So that was perfect. And yeah, that's it. I am absolutely haunted by my TBR. This is going to be quite the month, especially coming off a 2-month reading slump. So wish me luck. Or if you like watching me suffer, don't wish me luck and I will have to take a punishment in November. So either way, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.